2015, the council told the community of Governor's Bay that they had no plan to restore the Governor's Bay jetty, and the community gathered and they just could not believe that that was the end of the jetty and it was going to be abandoned. Governor's Bay is a very close-knit community, and it's the sort of people that live here just band together and just get things done. We formed a trust, and in April 2015 we stood up and made a deputation to the council asking them to allocate funding and to partner with the community and to part fund the jetty, and so we could share all our skills.
We have, however, concerns about surrounding the costings and repair strategy that are outlined in the Council's OSAL report. Projected labour costs total $1.6 million. We think we can do better.
And I think it's great that we've got this project to this point today. This is about partnership, it's about collaboration.
We would like to buy the jetty.
I just had this opportunity of thanking Andrew. Andrew's done a marvellous job as both as local councillor and also deputy mayor. All in all, council's played an important part of this game. There's 50 at least active participants in this project out of a small community of 350 households, so it's quite a big proportion. Then I'd like to thank those who have provided money towards the project. We've raised a significant sum of money. Look, we're going to do this, chaps. We're going to do it. We're going to actually physically start working on it next week.
The timber that we're looking for has to be durable in salt water and in full outdoor exposure, and generally these are Australian hardwoods. And we found some Australian species of hardwood growing here in New Zealand, which it's extremely exciting to find a stand of trees, or forest of trees of this size, so close to where we're going to use them. It's an unbelievable find, and very few people knew of its existence, and it saves whole container loads of material coming in from Australian forests. The strength of this timber is outstanding.
The jetty is important to the community, and this community is an amazing place. The jetty is absolutely part of that. Yeah, absolutely.
When the Harbour Board tried to close it down in 1910, locals said no, we want to keep it open, and so there was a lot of investment, I think, in the long jetty, and that includes right up into reasonably current times when the local community itself undertook to try and repair some of the piles that were disintegrating, and there was real local input into that repair effort. But I also think over time the jetty took on a different role, if you like. By the 1930s, 1940s, its function as a jetty was diminishing because road transport was becoming so much easier. But I think by that time its significance as an icon, if you like, as a symbol of the head of the harbour of Governor's Bay had become really important. It was something that people came to visit, they came to walk down it, they came to be married off it. So in a way, its function changed, but its significance remained very important.
Could we please have some money to repair the jetty? When the jetty is repaired, we'd like to do some dancing on it. And looking at all of the wonderful, beautiful fish.
Well, I've lived in the bay for 40 years plus, 41, 42, something like that, and have always admired the jetty. It's such a focal point. You have a lovely panoramic view right round, looking back into the hills here and looking down the harbour. It really is a part of the bay. Now, Governor's Bay without the jetty is not really Governor's Bay in my thinking. It's always been there, it's always, in my lifetime, it's always been there, and somehow the place would look terribly, terribly empty without it. And although it's going to be expensive to do, I think it should be done.
But what I'm really hoping is that everyone who has an attachment of any kind with that wonderful jetty, that beautiful setting, the wonderful place of Governor's Bay, dig deep, because I think that the local trust really need you to get in behind them and support them. You know, in a post-disaster environment, you can't prioritise everything, and the council couldn't prioritise the jetty. But with the help of a wider community who've got those happy memories, if they contribute as well, then we're going to get that jetty back way sooner than we would do otherwise. I've been to Governor's Bay a lot, when I was younger, so I used to live in Littleton. So that whole area is a very meaningful area for me, and I've always enjoyed it. So I suppose that means I'm going to have to make a donation now.